Hi, J Factor. This is Kathleen Radu and yours truly, Becky Hurley, two of your Diamond Upline, and we're here for part 2 of our office training. This time, Kathleen and I are going to take you through your back office as opposed to the front office. So to get started, Kathleen, I'm actually going to get you to go through. I think it's a little bit quicker when you do it from your side. If you can just first of all take us into the back office and show people where we're going here.
Okay, perfect. So again, you're going to put in the URL that you signed up with. So this here, again, using the one that we had before, which was www.jjo.jeunesseglobal.com. And again, you're going to know that that is your site by all of this information verified here. And then we're going to actually click on back office. So we're going to log in here with your login information that you chose. So that is going to be your URL name, and then the password that you chose when you signed up, and you're going to just go into log in. So this is going to be your back office, the first page that you're going to see when you come in, and we're going to walk you through all of these things on the top that are most important, and I'm going to turn it over to Becky, and she's going to walk you through your business snapshot and your old home page.
Okay, perfect. So when you first get onto this business snapshot, and I'm just going to make sure that I'm going to be able to take control here. I actually have to send you that request there, Kath. Okay, perfect. Right on this front page, this is going to be your business snapshot. Now you can see here, it says up in this corner that this was last retrieved on June the 2nd at 11:16 p.m. So to refresh this screen, you actually have to hit this little arrow key so that it will come up nice and fresh. And it takes, actually that one went pretty quick. So now you can see that it's 6:12, that this is all up to date. So just make sure that you're doing that before you move any further. Now, when you first get started, you're probably not going to see a whole lot of information here. Some of the things that it does tell you is any new customers that you have, any new distributors. This is a fairly dormant account that we're using just for back office training. This is a person that is using the product for their own personal use, so you're not going to see a lot of figures on here. But this person is an executive, and that's what this one means. It means that they are qualified to get paid. This one confuses people a little bit because right at the beginning, as you're going through the compensation plan, you'll see that the first two parts of the compensation plan, number 1, which is the retail commissions, and number 2, which are your customer acquisition bonuses, which means when you sign somebody up for the wholesale distributorship and they order a package, you actually get a bonus for that. You are, no matter, I mean, right from day one, you don't even have to purchase anything, and you're qualified to get paid in those two. What this one means is that you're now qualified to get paid in the team commissions, which is number 3. And so when you see the check mark here, it just means that you are an executive. You have sponsored one person on the left and one person on the right with a minimum of 100 points. And that's normally would be one of those sign-up packages. I can see here for this person, the qualified to get free products, they're not eligible this month for the get to it's paid for you. This will have a check mark if you've gotten your 2 preferred customers and they are qualified preferred customers in your auto ship month. This will be clicked on, and then you want to make sure that you have that selected in your auto ship, and I think Kath will go through to show you how to sign up for that. When she goes through the auto ship part. Down here you can see that the current period of CV is 60 points, which means that the monthly qualifications have been met. You can see that the qualified rank here, like I said, is executive, and they're getting paid as a basic, which means that if this person is actually one of the people that they signed up, is now in the pay plan and getting team commissions at this pay rank, they're not eligible to receive any of the leadership matching bonuses, right? This shows down here how many points this particular person this month has received on their right leg and how many they've received on their left leg, and then the total since they actually signed up in their distributorship, how many points total, how much income this month, and how much income total. Okay, so one column is going to be your month to date, one column is going to be from your start date on. right? Down here, it also shows the auto ship information. We can see that this person is set up for auto ship. We can see when their next auto ship date is coming up. So that's going to be on July the 3rd. And their last auto ship did go through successfully on June the 3rd. And then over on this side, again, a lot of this is not going to be pertinent to you. You're not going to see a whole lot of numbers in these reports, but just know that later on as you're growing your business, you will. My favorite place to send somebody that's brand new, and a lot of people overlook this, don't even see that this is here. It's actually called the old home page. When you click on the old home page, it's going to take you to some things that I think are going to be, they're just going to make a whole lot more sense to you. So on the left-hand side, it'll show your recent cycles, your recent team commissions. Those are your $35 commissions that you earn every time you have your 600 and 300. Now, again, this is kind of a dormant account person that's just using the product once a month. They have not, they've not gotten to that level where they've actually gotten their team commissions or their cycles just yet. But they have earned a commission of $25, and that was probably when they signed somebody up on a 100-point package and they received their customer acquisition bonus. So it will, as you are building your business, you will see that there will be a list of your last 15 commissions here and your last 10 team commission cycles. Over on this side, it shows you your binary information, shows the highest level. So we can see here that this person purchased one of the ambassador packages when they got in, and that got them in at the sapphire level. So that was the highest level that they had attained since becoming a distributor. And the current level, which you can see here, is basic. Volume on their left points, which right now is 258 points, and the right points, you can see that they've got a nice healthy overflow leg, 132,505 on that side. So from looking at this information, I can see this person is fully qualified, which means they have their person on the left, their person on the right. Once this figure here gets up to 300 points, this member will actually get paid a $35 commission, and you'll see that show up in here. Again, we can see that they are 60-point monthly qualified and all of their auto ship information. And it's not showing, I'm not sure why, but I would have thought that the two people that they sponsored were here. Maybe those people aren't active right now and so might not be showing up. But we do know for sure that they've sponsored 2 on their left side and 1 on their right side, just from looking at this simple information. All right, so I really like this old home page right at the beginning, and one of the biggest reasons is that it really shows the auto ship information and where you are right now with your auto ship orders. Okay, all right, next place that we're going to go to is just into my profile. And this one shows shows some great information, and you can change some information from inside here as well. It gives you all the communication that you want. You can change your password from within here. You can't change your date of birth. You can change the name on your website. So if Jack John wanted to change what the display name was, you can just go ahead and do that right here. You may at some point you might not want your name on there. You might want to have some sort of maybe running it under a business. It just gives you the opportunity to be able to do that.
Becky, one of the things that we often get, can I change the name of my URL? And once that URL is in there, you can't change that. You can change the name that shows up on the front landing page. You just can't change that URL once it's been selected.
Yeah, you can though actually get customer service to check on that. So get through to customer service, let them know that you want to change your URL, and they'll have a look at what might be available. It's of course subject to availability. Email address, phone numbers, you can change all of this. Make sure if you do make any changes, you hit this submit changes. If you don't hit the submit changes, it's not going to save it for you. Okay. And the other important place right here is, oh, I went right past it. This is probably, you're going to want to remember this, so just make a mental note here, lock placement. Right now you can see that this member has it set to automatic. And what this means is as you are sponsoring people, depending on where you've got your lock placement set, it's going to sponsor people on your left side and on your right side. And we just know from experience that it can sometimes take a while. If you get somebody placed on the wrong side, it can take a while just because of the sheer volume of requests, not just for that, but for everything that head office is going through right now with the huge growth that we're experiencing. So we urge you to please make sure that you go in here and make sure that your lock placement is set to where you want that person, your new member, to be before you go ahead. Now, if you leave it to automatic, there's nothing the matter with that. I'm going to tell you how that's going to work. When you first get started, you are either going to be placed on your sponsor's left leg or right leg. If you leave this in lock placement and you go to sign up your first person, that first person is going to automatically get set into the leg that you have been placed on. So if your sponsor sponsored you on your right leg, your very first person, if left on automatic, is going to get sponsored on your right leg. So if you, for whatever reason, want that person on your left leg, please make sure to come in here and change that lock placement to left, especially if that member has got other people that they want to be signing up right away, because they're not going to be able to sign those people up until they're on the leg that you actually want them on. Okay, if you leave it on automatic, so the first person is going to go on the leg that you've been placed on, and after that it's going to go on the other side, because it's going to try to get you up to that executive level. So first one will go on in this case the right leg, second one's going to go on the left leg. After that, if you leave it on automatic, it will automatically go to whichever is your lesser point leg. Okay, it's not going to set you up to move up a level, so that's quite important as well. So you may want to get a little strategic and always make sure to ask your active upline, that might be your sapphire above. Just ask your sponsor if they're not engaged in the business, to just let you know who is the person that can help you with the building. Okay. So I think and you actually, I'll click on this and I'll show you. If you click on, see, it gives you left, right, or automatic. And again, please go down to the bottom and hit the submit changes. Okay, so that's everything in my profile. Now this one's quite important in here as well. If you got a J kit, especially if you're down in the States, you will have automatically gotten a J kit included with your membership. The J Cloud is where you can go in and upload everything onto your J Drive. All right, there's also some other information in there, and even if you didn't get that J Drive, there's things that can be downloaded onto your own drive and can be downloaded and uploaded onto your computer. Distributor information is probably going to be some place that you're going to want to check into fairly often, because this is updated all the time. So you can see that we now have a Jeunesse gear shop, and so you can just click that and shop there. And some of the latest hangouts, opportunity calls, some of the things from the doctors, and just other, oh, this is probably a really good one right here, this opportunity webinar with Lyndon Biernoff. That was just recorded on, oh no, that was recorded a year ago, but it's probably fantastic. He's a great leader. In the United States, and this is pertinent for Canada as well, some important forms. This is any time that you need to fill out a form to change anything. Like, for example, this is a request to add a co-applicant. So say you got started, your husband wasn't, or your spouse or your significant other wasn't really doing this with you at that time, but now you want to add that person on. You just click here and download that form. Your wallet deposit information form. This is going to be quite important for setting up your wallet. We have our gardeners here today. They normally come on Saturday. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but they're outside. Nice thing is that I don't have to do it. But I might run off and close some windows here. Cancellation of auto ship. Just look through here. Again, we're not going to go through every one of these with you, but know that all of the information, if you're looking for a form, it's probably in here, as well as any other important information. And we really want you to look at your wallet procedure, your pay card information, setting up your wallet, some new member sign up instructions. Like, all of these have some great information. Your marketing tools, and then each country that has a head office and a general manager, for the most part, will have other information pertinent to that. So get in there and fool around with that. You might find some information that's really important to you. And again, it changes often. Okay, Kathleen, I'm going to hand it over to you now.
Great.
I'll be right back.
So we are just going to move over to shop, and this is where you are going to go when you want to, this is going to be something separate from your auto ship. So again, we've got a really great video on the importance of auto ship and why that's important for you to be on it and why it's important for your distributors to be on it. But this is where you're going to go if you want to shop and purchase any other products. Now we have import products because we're here in Canada. Some countries will not have that import products, but we currently have some products still being shipped from the United States. So those, just know that if you are in Canada, for example, if you're ordering something like the skincare line and then you want to order the AMPMs, you have to do it on 2 separate orders because they come from 2 totally separate warehouses. So I'm just going to actually show you a couple things here. When you actually go into shop, you're going to select the country that you're shipping to. And so again, if you're purchasing and you're having it delivered somewhere else, you could put that in there. So there's all of the countries like we mentioned in the very first webinar that we are shipping to. And for me, for example, I'm just going to click on Canada and I'm going to hit continue here. And when you're going through, you're going to see all of the products that are available here. Currently, my cart is empty. This is really where I want to point you to is this categories here. Often there will be event packages that come up at different events. Some of you probably done that or heard that event packages were available. You can click on there. These are some of the packages that are available. If I were to click on this package for this specific person, they can upgrade to from their basic pack to an ambassador pack. And this is a one-time upgrade. So if you came in, you purchased a $199 package, that's how you wanted to start, you wanted to try the product, and now you're thinking, you know what, I really want to build this, I really want to take advantage of being Sapphire for 181 days, you can pay the difference of your basic package of $199 and upgrade to that ambassador rank, Sapphire rank, for $919.95. That gives you CV of $100 and gives a customer acquisition bonus to the sponsor of $225. If that's not in there, then it's not available. So again, if you're eligible to do that upgrade, it's going to be in there. Your basic products are here. This is where you'll find events, so all of event tickets. So if you're attending any of the regional events that are happening, that's where you'll get your ticket. The marketing materials that are available, clothing, accessories, and then this is where you can actually set up your monthly donation or a one-time donation to Jeunesse Kids. So this is in your shopping cart. Again, with your basic products, you're going to see everything that's available in your country or wherever you're selecting. And the other thing I always draw people's attention to is it's really important right here that you'll see CV. So this is when somebody's looking at maybe putting in an order that's 60 CV to be active for the month. They just want to make sure that they're adding up those CV so you're not short a couple points. Just simply add to cart, and then you will actually see it here at the top, and it'll come up and it'll say go to checkout. So when you're looking at shop, there's also the import products. So again, depending on what country you're in, you may or may not have it. In Canada, we do have it. So for AMPM, Affinity, and then our youth enhancement packages with Affinity and all of these end products are coming out through the United States and being shipped that way. And again, same thing at the bottom, add to cart, and they'll check out here. Now there is also, for those of you in Canada, if you click on packages, you'll see that there is an upgrade to ambassador import cart. And this one is going to be, they're not sure why they're both,
I don't know
a
why
little
they've
bit
got it in
different.
there. I don't know why they've got it in there twice. I'm just not sure why they put it in there twice, but
yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I couldn't hear you while I was talking.
Sorry.
So again, this is the import package, and this is the one that's going to have all of the things that we get through our import cart to upgrade $1,099.95, and those are fantastic packages to upgrade if you're really serious about building a business. So that's what you're going to find under your shop there. When you go to reports here, this is what the business snapshot was that Becky was just talking about. So that's just going to take you back to that front landing page that you came into. This is going to be your distributor reports. And this is probably where you're going to spend a little bit of time when you're looking. And again, at the very beginning, just play around. Like we often say, there's nothing you can do to, there's nothing that you can do to hurt anything by looking through this site and checking it all out. And this is where you're going to be able to see how many cycles you've had per month. And a downline report, it's going to have all of your, again, enrollers tree by auto ship. So this is really, as your business builds, you're going to spend more and more time looking here. If you've sponsored a couple people as preferred customers, you're going to want to take a look there, and it's going to show you your report and if you qualified for that. And then again, we've got some things here. We've got our Mayan Riviera incentive trip. Any promotions for the travel program will be here, and you'll actually be able to see them charted through. This was our last shoot for Sapphire, so that was there as well. So again, a lot of people, you know, will go in here and kind of play around, and as you build, the numbers will start to make more sense. This is where on your distributor reports again, or sorry, on your orders, this is where you're going to see now at the very beginning when we did the first webinar on your landing page, I talked about retail orders and how you would see in your back office those orders. This is where you will see those retail orders. They will come up and you'll actually see the email address on there. It's not, unfortunately not showing on this one, but you'll actually see that. So some people will look at that and think, oh my gosh, I didn't order that. That's a retail back off. That's somebody who's ordered through your retail storefront. So you can see here, this access shipping, this comes from, this means that these products that have been ordered are coming from the import cart. You will only see the that when you've ordered through the import. These orders here will be your basic shop, non-import cart. They don't have the tracking information, but on here, you will be able to track those. Again, this will just give you the details. It shows that it was paid for, and there's an invoice there for you to print off. This one will show that they went in. So sometimes people will go in and they'll put an order together and they won't actually process the payment. The order will actually show up here, but it'll have a no beside it, so you'll know that it was not processed and it wasn't paid for. Okay, so that is where you're going to see your orders. This is another place you're going to probably spend a bit of time, and this is genealogy, and this is basically your left and right binary information. So you're going to see here, there's JJO, there's those two people Becky talked about that they sponsored on their left leg, and then they're going to have sponsored somebody on this right leg here. So again, this is you know, one of those things that as you're building, you're going to start to see. You can go to the bottom left of there, and you can also go to the bottom right. So you can take a look at that. You can also jump to a user. So for example, if you had somebody specifically that you were looking for, you just simply type their username, which is their URL, in there and hit go. So this is the genealogy report, and again, as you build your business, you're going to take you're going to look at that a little bit more. This is the new beta genealogy that allows you to drill 40 levels deep into your team, and so that's something that you'll definitely want to take a look at for sure. Cycles, again, this is again just a snapshot of your cycles that have happened, and it'll actually tell you on there who triggered that cycle, so who ordered below you to trigger that cycle. And again, that's the information that you're seeing, that cycle at the top in your business snapshot. This is where you're going to see your commission. So I'm just going to click on there, and it's just a drop down, and you're going to see that when they signed up somebody on a basic package there, that was a customer acquisition bonus of $25 that they received. You can actually click on search for that, highlight that, click on search, and it'll show you who that $25 came from on there. So that's under your commission. This is your sponsorship report, and this again is going to show you exactly what's happening in your business. And I love this. This is one of the things we go to a lot when you're promoting out to Jade, when you're promoting out to Pearl, and when you're promoting out to Sapphire. This is really the report that you pay a lot of attention to, because you can see who's qualified below you to get those executives, whether they're on your right leg or your left leg. So you'll see here that JJO sponsored 3 people. They sponsored 2 on their left, like we indicated before, 1 on their right. None of them are qualified, which means, again, they're not qualified because they haven't sponsored anybody. So they would still be eligible to get those first 2 levels of the commissions, which is the retail and the customer acquisition. They just would not qualify for team commissions. They have not sponsored anybody, but if they had sponsored somebody, you would see maybe a 1 or a 2 here. You could click on J.S. Smith and actually click on them, and it would bring up who they sponsored. And this is how you can drill in deeper into your team as it's starting to build, to see if maybe you've got some real go-getters who want to build the business that are in 4 levels deep. Qualification date, current CV. So none of these people have any current CV. When their auto ship day is of the month, of that current month that's coming up, and then their level, so basic, qualified rank, so it'll highlight what they are, and they're just distributors. And this basic means if it says starter pack there, that means that they've purchased $29.95 or the $49.95 in the States, depending on the country that they're in. That means that they haven't actually fulfilled that first 100 CV point obligation to become active. So that will say starter pack there. Once they do that and purchase that 100 CV, it will then say basic there. Okay, so that is your sponsorship report. And again, as you're growing your business and getting closer to Jade and Pearl and Sapphire, you're going to spend more time there in that report. Your retail customers, you're going to take some time looking there if you are using that retail front. Again, a really good point, because a lot of people are getting there. A lot of people are purchasing instantly just through people's retail customers. What's nice about that is that once you have those retail customers in there, you're going to have their email address, which gives you an opportunity to follow up with them and see if they're interested in hearing about any other products that we have. Downline orders, downline refunds, and then some other things on bonus credit transactions. And those are things that when certain packages come out, sometimes they'll give you a bonus credit of $200. That's where those credits will be in your back office. Okay, we're going to just pop over to auto ship. Becky, do you want to talk quickly about the auto ship?
Sure. Yeah, let me just take it over here. So auto ship really is the fulfillment of your business. In order to get paid in this, it's a requirement that you purchase something every month in order to be participating in the compensation program. So, I mean, Jeunesse is definitely really for 60 points every month, you can run a multi-million-dollar business from the comfort of your home. So when you click on auto ship, it gives you two different categories. It gives you normal monthly auto ship, and it also gives you the option to do a prepaid auto ship. Now, first, I'm just going to go into this normal monthly auto ship and just show you a couple of things in here. So you can see that this person has been signed up for the unconditional auto ship. And what that means is regardless of how many retail orders, customer orders, or personal orders that JJO does in the month, his auto ship order of the AM and PM essentials is going to run regardless, okay? If you set this up on conditional, it means that if you've already fulfilled the 60 CV during the month, that it won't actually run through. So just be certain that you're signed up. We all sign up for unconditional auto ship. There's some other perks that come along with that as well. And we always want to have our own personal products coming in every month. I know I don't like to be without them at all, okay? So I'm just going to leave that where it is. And we can see here that they are doing the AM PM. Now, this is a little side note for people just in Canada, or if you're in a country that has that import cart. Because in here, if you have the AM PMs, which is one of the products from the import cart, I can tell you that you won't be able to add anything else onto here. Because sometimes you can add some things onto your auto ship, but you're not going to be able to add from the regular cart and the import cart. Okay, that's why you wouldn't see a serum. And you also can't sign up for your get to it's free for you from in there. And again, if any of this is confusing to you, not really understanding it right now, please make sure that you ask your active upline. Down here, it's just going to give you can see that if you want to update your credit card or you want to deactivate that credit card, you're going to be doing that from here. You can also use, if you have money saved up in your wallet, you can actually click that. And so instead of coming from a credit card, it's actually going to use your wallet funds first, and or doing a partial payment on a wallet. Now this little button here, this was something that I didn't know about at the beginning. You can actually create an auto ship at any time. Now, why would you want to do that? Because every year when you have 360 points go through as an auto ship, it actually waives your membership fee of $19.95 for the next year. So if you want to order something extra, you may want to consider doing a create an auto ship instead of just doing a regular order, because that will qualify the points from that order to be in your auto ship. What's the word I'm looking for? It'll give you credit for those points for auto ship. And here down at the bottom, you can see that there's some extra things. Now, if I went right now and tried to put Instantly Ageless or one of the serums onto this cart, it will not let me add it. It's because we've already ordered something from the import cart, which you can see is here in red. So very important if you have an import cart that you know that you can only do one or the other. And again, always make sure that you're updating before you move on. Okay, I'm just going to go back. Kathleen, can you think of anything else in there that I may not have answered?
No, maybe Becky, if you could just talk quickly about the or talk about the prepaid auto ship.
Yeah, that's where I'm going to go right now.
Okay.
So prepaid auto ship is actually a very, and we didn't even know what this was before. When we first got going, probably the first year, hey, we're like, I don't even know what a prepaid auto ship is. What are you talking about? What prepaid auto ship is, say you want to get some products, but you're wondering, okay, well, if I order 6 or 7 serums, am I going to have to place an order the next month? Well, you are if you order it from the regular auto ship cart. But if you go into this prepaid auto ship, from in here, you can actually pre-order some products. They'll be sent to you right away. You pay one shipping charge, and it's actually going to pay you, it will boost those points later on so that every month you'll be active for whatever time frame. So I'm just going to show you here. I'm just going to pick the cellular rejuvenation serum, and I'm going to pick 6 of those. Okay, I'm going to go down here to the bottom, and how do I make that act? Here we go. So you can see that that's going to give a total of 360 CV, and the number of prepaid months that this is going to give you is 6. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to hit that purchase button. You're going to pay for all 6 of them. You're going to pay one shipping charge, but for the next 6 months, your auto ship is actually fulfilled already. So it's a great way to get some extra product and then meet your auto ship obligations for the next few months. And I have been told that some of them, I believe if you do 6 months, now this might be time sensitive, but I think if you do 6 months, they actually throw in an extra serum for you. So you may want to look through that and see what that is. But we can't urge enough how important auto ship is. I will tell you, and again, this may, if you're brand new, might go over your head, but it's very important. If you're not signing up for the auto ship program, you're like, I'm just going to place a manual order every month. It's very important. If you started on the 5th of June, that you do not place another order until at least the 5th of June. I'm going to say the 6th of June, and anytime in that week after for the following month. People think they need to fulfill their order before their auto ship date comes up, and it's caused some confusion. I'm telling you, the easiest and the best way is just to set yourself up on unconditional auto ship or do that prepaid auto ship. But if you want to take matters into your own hand, just make sure that you're not ordering too early, or it's actually going to count for your month's commissionable volume for that month instead of the following month. Okay, and you will, any points that you've accumulated will flush at that point. Right, Kath, I'm going to hand it back over to you.
Okay, and one of the things too, a lot of people say, what if I go in and I actually place another order? Say you go in and you order 2 bottles of serum, you're on auto ship. Those extra points that you get, they will actually go to whatever your lesser leg is. So that's really important to know that you don't lose those points. They go to your lesser leg, and you'll see that volume there. as
Just
well.
a footnote on that is you do have to be signed up on unconditional auto ship for that to take place. So that is one of the perks for being on auto ship. If you're just placing manual orders and you place extra orders, you will not get that extra binary volume. It's not going to go down your lesser legs. So all we can tell you is that it may seem confusing, the whole auto ship thing, but it is. If you're building a business, we can't urge you enough that just go on unconditional auto ship or prepaid auto ship, and everything is going to be, you're not going to have to worry about it. Okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and then at the top here, you'll see mailbox. Those are just emails that are coming up from corporate. Most of you will be on an email send out anyway, so you'll be getting some of that information. The wallet, this is where you're going to go back to the members' information under the members only, under the distributors information, and there's a area there, a tab that will actually walk you through setting up your wallet. Yeah. So you'll want to definitely go and look at that, and then you will know how to log into your wallet and how to access that information. What some people do with their wallet is they will, you know, especially at the very beginning, if you're getting smaller checks, what you may want to do is you actually may want to save that money in your wallet until you request payment, because every time a check does get paid out to you, it costs $2.50. So for a lot of people that are making, you know, a $25 commission or a $50 commission, you might as well wait and accumulate that money and then request one payment and one check. And then it keeps your more money in your pocket, which is great as well. So that's where you'll want to do all of that setting up in that wallet login. The help desk, again, this is where you're going to be able to put in a help desk ticket. Any information, Becky, on this? You probably used this quite a bit over the last little while.
Well, yes and no. Just because depending, again, this may be time sensitive. I think that by the time a lot of people are watching this, our help desk will be very, very smooth. We've just have the phenomenal growth that we've experienced really worldwide now. Some of you may be watching this and thinking, well, I sent a help desk ticket in, but I didn't hear anything. That we've got a major amount of staff in a brand new, huge building. Actually, West Coast and East Coast will be there. So when you do a help desk ticket, that should be answered very quickly, and it's just another way to get in touch with head office instead of calling in.
Great. You want to go through J-Tools and the Zen Effect, Beck?
J-Tools, what is the J-Tools? I don't actually use this a whole lot myself, so but there are every Saturday morning there is a great webinar, a great hangout with Kasaya J. She'll take you through, and they are all on demand as well, where you can actually watch those. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on J-Tools because we've got a ton of training that people are way better at it than we are.
Yeah, and this is really where you're going to use things like where you're going to have your free sample button, and you're going to have your inventory of your samples in there. So that's where all of this is going to be set up. But again, we have lots of great information, even on our JFactor team page, where you can search up some of that information and watch some of those videos. And then Kasaya is so great with the Google Hangouts on Saturday.
Yeah, and we have our own marketing system, and I think actually our marketing system is probably the system that you want to be using, the JFactor team marketing system. And again, we've got all kinds of great tutorials on that as well. And then the last button here is the Zen Effect, and this is for our amazing Zen Body contest. So when you click on that, it's going to give you the information on how to sign up for that, and you may want to enter that contest. I think that one's pretty self-explanatory when you run through that. Mm-hmm. And then this is the dashboard.
And then just
yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead, just the dashboard. And then here, just for logging out, here's your information it gives you. And again, these are probably the top three for a lot of people that they'll use. Again, my business snapshot, my profile, and JCloud, and then just logging out of your system there. And I think that is it.
I think that's it for this tutorial. So again, make sure that you are being duplicatable. When you get somebody signed up, make sure that you're going through a few steps, getting people, of course, onto the JFactor page, getting them going through the getting started. That's pinned right at the top, welcoming all of your new people, getting signed up for the JFactor weekly updates from our amazing Kathleen Degelman, getting onto that jfactorevents.com joshbc.com so that you know what's going on in your area and around the world, and then plugging them into this little back office. What we want to do is make this so simple for you so that you don't have to explain everything over and over and over again. You can just point to a tool right away, and it will make your life so much easier. You'll be able to spend great time with your family, and most of the time that you're going to spend working your business is just getting information out to new people so that you can make some money and you can help them do the same thing, and everything will run smoothly for you. So thank you both so much for your time. Thank you, Kathleen, my amazing business partner, and we will talk to you very soon. We hope you have a great day, and again, welcome to the J Factor team.
Welcome.